So I've sent you two links for this idea. One is the one I'm doing now, and the other link is from some stuff I filmed years ago about the same idea. So rather than just kind of cheat and say, right, go and check out the other video, I thought I'd drop in with you and just kind of explain it just today, just so we can check in. But honestly, the good stuff, the juicy stuff, is on the other video too. But here's the one I want you to think about the most, or the two I want you to think about the most. So the idea of this is to answer the question, how do you put lead playing into your rhythm playing? So if you're playing a chord, how do you then decorate that chord, maybe to change into the next one, or just to make the part you're playing sound slightly more interesting? So let's take the C chord here, and let's swap this finger for this finger. Now what that does is it puts you here in the A minor pentatonic position, which we know, if you've done the maths, that that is the relative minor to C. So let's say you have a chord and there's a C, go to a G. Perhaps you want to do something a bit more interesting to get into the G. Or we could do that thing where you keep this finger here all the time. And we get in that way. So what I'm doing there is I'm thinking about the last beat or two of the C. So go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then G, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, something, something, and then G. So that's something, that's the mystery, right? So let's say we're going to flatten the third finger here. Sorry, oh my God, these three strings here with the first finger on 2, 3, and 4. Keep those all the time. In fact, you can play those while you add other notes from the pentatonic to them. So here I'm picking strings 2 and 3 and just hammering on the third string. And then here I'm maybe picking strings 3 and 4 and hammering on the fourth string. You get that nice kind of Jimi Hendrixy sound. And if you play that chord where you've got the first finger here and then that E is your lowest note, that's a C with an E in the bass, which if you were to add this one, then that's a C chord as if you were playing a G shape. I mean, no mortals want to play that, but you could think of it like that shape, then it kind of makes sense. So you're coming in from the C, 1, 2, something, something, and then G. You can even do where you have 2 bars, but it depends on the song, so you're sort of at the mercy really, but I would kind of practice 1 bar, 1, 2, that's cut in half, and then the chord, or I would then go and practice 1 bar of C, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a bar, getting into that bit. So like I said, these are on that other video that I want you to go and watch as well. But this is the one, I use this so much. You can also think about how do you get from this into that. No, you'll see those on the other video. So with this, what I want you to do is find a song or create your own chord sequence. And wherever possible, put one of these A-shaped chords in there. For the minors, we're going to have another look at those in a different way. You'll see those on the other video. But for this week, let's just think about how we can get those A-shapes into something. If you had an E here in your song, well, let's put the E up here. If you had a D in a song, let's put a D there. And have a good experiment with this. You know, find songs that either you've been playing and you've thought, oh, I wish I could get some lead into this rhythm, or perhaps songs where the rhythm's just quite boring because it's the same like chord over and over. So have a listen to all of those things, and just maybe find a song. Just you can make up your own chords. It doesn't matter. But I want you to really start thinking about this A shape. But in the meantime, go and have a look at that other video as well. And then If you've got any ideas, any things you've been noodling around with, anything you want to check in on, then please share it. Feel free to share it either in our channel on the Zoom chat, where we've got a little classroom here, or over on the Facebook group, a private group. No one's going to see it other than the other students. But if if you found something that you quite like the idea of, or you just want to see what other chords other people might have, you put a question there, share something, and then we'll do this together on the chat that we're going to have next week. Slick ending, slick video ending. This is, the button is just